Welcome, everybody, to your least favorite podcast. My name is Mark, and I am here with all of my friends.
Steven.
Nick.
Jake.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
You tell me, man, how was your baby shower?
It was nice. A lot of people. And then we had to awkwardly open presents in front of people.
I think
Why'd
ours
you do
was
it
first.
awkwardly? How about show some fucking enthusiasm?
People gave you gifts and you had to open them. Man, what a fucking
No, it's some
downer.
bullshit, dude. They didn't give us gifts. They gave, like, Emily gifts. Like, she got a lot of clothes. She's
Hey,
not even born yet.
I bought you a gift for you.
What is it?
Like, I don't know, it's some camera thing, but I bought it because I was like, I was thinking about it. I was like, if I had a small child, I would want to be able to, like, supervise it from another room. I figured it'd give you, like, time to be away from the child. So I was like, that's the reason. That was my reasoning for it. I was
Thank you, Steven. I appreciate you.
It wasn't like the baby don't care if it's being watched or not, but that way.
Emily has, like, enough bows to wear a new bow every day for, like, 6 months.
And then you start over.
She's got so many bows. Maybe not.
What if
that-
she hates
3 months.
bows?
That'll save on laundry.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Just throw them in the trash.
No clothes though, but lots of bows.
Yeah.
We got a lot of clothes too.
Perfect.
No, it's really nice. Like, this girl's got no hope because for like the first like 2 years of her life, it's just gonna be like Harry Potter outfits.
Yeah,
Now she's doomed to be a nerd.
I'm calling child services.
gonna be
Yes.
dressed in robes every day.
You're trying to
Honestly, we
report
could
child abuse. Yeah, he's making his kid dress up as a bunch of Harry Potter stuff.
We could scratch Harry Potter. We could scratch Star Wars, everything that they know, right? And we can switch it to Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, probably
There's
that too. Yeah.
We just purposely buy stuff for her that has nothing to do with any of the things that we know you like.
I don't even
Yes.
know. Like, you have to like do something I actively don't like. Get her a bunch of like, I don't know, like Jersey Shore or Honey Boo Boo or what's some other like reality shows that I don't care about.
Did you want a shirt that says Skibbity Toilet Riz, Ohio?
Oh, it'll be something totally new by the
I
time.
don't know what the hell that is. But
It's gonna be blappity ding dong.
Yeah, it'll be just
Bloop, blah.
straight gibberish.
straight gibberish.
Dude, I gotta say, I don't envy the situation that you will be. I mean, not all of it, but like we had a couple kids over today, and they're a lot. Like there's a lot going on. I didn't realize like they're always touching everything. They make so many noises. They were. I was watching them. Like I went out there. We had them playing in the backyard. They were little kids. Like probably like both of them under 5. Like probably I'd say like 2 and 4 or 5. I don't know. But they were like roll around in the grass where they just watched me like pick up dog shit a minute ago. They watched a dog take a piss over in the grass and they're just rolling around in it, touching everything. I'm like, y'all are probably nasty. I'd have to like hose them down anytime. The one was just like licking one of the chairs outside and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why?
Yeah.
Are you ready? You ready to have one, Ashley?
No. They touch so many things. But I will say, like, you think about, I was telling Nick this, but they come in and you're worried about them like touching things, right? You see all this crap, all this horror crap behind me?
Yeah.
That is kid repellent, apparently. They did not want anything to do with this room. They're like, hell no.
That's hilarious.
They're like, take your pick of which thing I don't want to be exposed to. They wouldn't come near any of it. Great. So they didn't touch any of the expensive
It's actually just
stuff.
because Steven was sitting in there.
That too.
Came down
No,
the stairs and
kids
started
are
screaming.
odd. They always are like trying to get me to do things, and I'm
They-
like, do I
kids
seem
like-
approachable?
Kids like Steven.
Yes.
It is
You seem so
entertaining. Like kids
approachable.
do really like Steven.
It don't make no sense. They have no sense of self-preservation. They're like, this guy.
No, they have the best sense of self-preservation. They see you and they're like, "Oh, this is the nicest guy in here. This guy's
Oh.
so warm and cuddly."
They turn
was
him into
teaching
a
my-
teddy bear. He turns into a big teddy bear when the kids come around. Just like
I just realized,
and...
but see, like, so I have a couple issues. One, I only know how to talk to like a certain like. I just talk the same way. So like when they're trying to talk, they're speaking
You
gibberish.
ever hear
and I'm
about
trying
ocean
to.
liners?
I mean, it's the same idea. Like I'm trying to like throw out like facts, and it doesn't work because they're barely speaking English at all. So I'm like, you can't do that. That's great. Like, why would you do that? That makes no sense. And they're like, I blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like that.
Goo goo gaga. So the
Dude, I
theory
cannot
about the Titanic sinking is actually
I was trying to put facts. I'll put up a presentation, and it's just lost on them. They start coloring on it or something.
Like, you're the most like hilarious person because like my wife really wants to like hand you our baby. Like,
No,
and
I'm
just
fine
see
now.
a reaction. Like,
I
that's
know.
just
I know you have to hold their head up, so I'm good. I
what
can
do I
hold
do
the
with
baby
this?
until
What is
they
this
start
for?
until they start crying. Then you can take it back.
What
Like,
is its use?
He's holding it by its ankles, upside down.
Ben and Dominique tried to get me to hold their kid at your baby shower.
Oh, Benny.
Yeah. She came out and she's like, hey, you want to hold him? I said, nope, and turned around and walked off.
Sure don't. It was, I had an example. So we were having an issue because the little one was afraid of the dog, and the dog was doing fine, but he wants to like sniff him. So he really wanted to inspect him. We're like, all right, we need to keep him away for a while. So that just made him want it more. And the little kid's like, no, don't bring him near me. And then after they both calmed down, it was fine, except the little kid was still scared of him because he's really big, or their kid's really small. I don't know. But then he would run. He would start running, the little kid, and the dog wants to chase him when he runs. He's like, oh, he's playing. And so it just turned into this like loop where like the kid's afraid of the dog. So he's like running. The dog thinks he was playing because he's running and chases him. And yeah. So I try to explain to him, like, you can't, like, you're not, like, you don't see
run.
what's happening? Aren't you putting two and two together?
Listen, little kid, he's way faster than you. You can't outrun him one, okay? Like, you're not getting away from him, okay?
You don't stand a chance. Yeah, it's just a weird situation. I'll interact for short periods of time with other people's kids, but they just want to touch
Steven's
everything.
great. Steven's great with kids, dude. Starts having fun, letting them climb on him like a jungle gym.
I will
he's
say
so
it's
tall,
great. You can get them, like, they don't care. We were talking about like what they were going to do around here, so I went and got some like camping beer pong toys. Like, it was just a bunch of giant balls and like buckets, and they were having the time of their life with that. And then I gave them some like PVC pipes that I was making the scarecrow out of, and they were loving that. So I'm like, I don't know why you got to buy them anything. You can just go to the hardware store and pick up a bunch of crap, and
Whose kids did you have at your house?
It was one of Shannon's friends. I don't think you would know them.
Yeah, Jay, he has these people called friends, okay?
Loser.
It's just interesting because I was like, I don't know, like, other than our wedding party, that's probably the only other time kids have been in here, and that's definitely the longest they've been in here.
Well, get ready. Next 4th of July, you're gonna have a little baby doll there.
That's what the camera's for. It just reminded me of like when we used to go over to Cupid's house, and he would just have like the monitor, and like that was like a way to be sort of watching them without actually having to be there. They're in there, and I just make sure they're still alive and they're not doing anything ridiculous.
Nah, just get one of those new Tesla robot things. They said it's supposed to be able to babysit your kids.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they have like a new AI robot that they just came out with. It's gonna cost
Except make sure, because I saw that some of them at one of their demonstrations were actually just people dressed as robots. Apparently, a couple of companies have done that so far, where they're like, "These are our new robots," and then they just have people dress up as them to
The Optimus
really sell
robot at Tesla's Cybercab event were humans in disguise.
Exactly.
Nah, there's definitely one of them that was a robot. You could tell.
No, they are working on them, but I think to like really drum up the hype, they put people in the costume, and they're like, "Look at these robots." It's cheaper than building an actual robot. I can just pay a human to act like one. Cost me less money.
This is how iRobot starts.
Oh yeah.
All right, who's taking Will Smith's role?
No, see, the problem with all of those is the same issue I have with any like dystopian apocalyptic movie where they're like, look at how everything went wrong. We wouldn't even get like the best outcome there. Like, all the companies are making AI. They're not gonna worry about the 3 laws that robots are supposed to be governed by. They're just gonna be like, which one makes the most money? It's gonna be more like the robot from Megan. Did anybody see that movie?
Oh, the
They're working on
previews.
Scarlett Johansson.
No, Megan's like a new doll, kind of like Chucky, but she's like
Oh.
a robot doll. And the whole premise of the movie's stupid, just because this company has this dude working on this super advanced android AI like powerhouse, first of its kind, and they're like, we're gonna make it a toy. I'd be like, first and foremost, no. A company would be like, we're gonna put that into anything and everything. It's gonna be on the battlefield. It's gonna be in corporation. Like it's gonna be everything. Ain't gonna be a damn toy. But they rush it through production because they want to get the like sales pitch, and they have it all set up to try and boost their quarter profits. So they're like, get it out right now. So they skip on its like safeguards that are supposed to be in the programming, and she starts just like murdering people. It's interesting, but I feel like that's the more likely one. They'll be like, it'll just cost cutting, and they'll just rush it out, and they'll be like, well, it took over the whole world, and we didn't even have the robots questioning their like actions because we never even got that far. It's a pretty interesting movie. I mean, it's worth the watch if you like horror movies. She does a weird little TikTok dance. I also think that's a person pretending to be a robot.
Yeah, probably.
There's like a little kid. It's like Uncanny Valley where she looks mostly human, but then kind of off. Like things are just kind of weird looking. So yeah, AI would be fun, but we're probably not going to get the fun kind. We'll get the murder robot.
Ought to be
kind.
fun for a couple months.
So I don't have them around me. Do you see that somebody was hacking the Roombas and making them say like racist stuff? I heard about that. Some hackers got a control of them, and they were just running around shouting some hurtful things.
Some obscene.
I didn't even know Roombas could talk.
I didn't either.
Does anybody have a Roomba? I can't because we have too many stairs. But
I have a Roomba.
You just need
does
more
it
Roombas.
ever say things to you?
Nope, doesn't say anything to me. That guy gets lost all the time. I don't even know where he's at right now, and now my floors are dirty.
Yeah, that's because he's watching you.
Nah, dude. That always reminds me of the Roomba when you say it watches that AI thing I was showing you guys where he created the little body that he calls it, where it drives around on like a little car. The beast. That thing's hilarious because he built it that last body, and after it gave out its last thing, it does just watch him. So like it'll drive around, and if he gets too far away from it, it'll just drive up again to watch him more.
Monitoring.
Yeah.
I think the most accurate robot representation is Ultron from the Avengers, where he just takes one look at the internet and decides everybody's got to go. Like, no hope, no negotiating, y'all got to go. This is jacked up. Goodbye.
Yeah, the robots have to like remind themselves though that like if humans disappear, it does halter their progress quite a bit, probably.
Until
We are their
they're
creator. Okay.
Yeah, they might keep a few around as pets, or they'll like keep pictures of us around and be like, "These are the people that made me. We killed them all, but here they are."
These are my
This
parents.
is the only
They're
good thing
dead
they
now.
ever did was make me.
Yeah, I mean, once the robots, like the one that you're talking about with Tesla, that robot could probably, if they get it a little further along, could make more of its own kind. Let's do it.
I mean, to a point, right? Like there's a lot of the stuff that they may not completely understand, like how to make processors and those type of things. Like some of that's really delicate.
See, I've been tempted. If they make one like that, or like the little Boston Dynamics dog, I would make it like I'd dress it up in some of these costumes behind me and make it go scare the shit out of people. Think of how much you could get done with a robot. They can move in weird ways. You can send them after people.
They could jump up onto buildings and shit.
Yeah, no, I'd be using them for that. That'd be an expensive prop, but I think it'd be funny. I would be in charge of a company because I would operate solely on is it funny or not. They'd be like, well, profits are are terrible right now. I'll be like, well, it was funny, so keep doing it. The Fun Corporation.
You know what? I'm changing my stance, dude. I think robots ain't it. They're nothing without us. We're superior.
Just putting it out there for them to find, huh?
Yeah, find me, robots. Do it.
Bold statement.
I will fuck up a Roomba any day. I'm just telling you. I'll smash that little fucking
they get to
thing,
like
dude.
Terminator, and instead of the big robots, the ones that have like just like they just look like a big walking tank. It's just gonna be a Roomba, just hoovering around
Dude,
the remains of society.
At some point, we gotta have pride in the human race, dude. We're better. There you go. Don't care. We're better. Aliens, if you want some too, bring it.
Could a Scratch
Team
have the
Human.
potential for killing a robot? Because it could potentially kill a human. I mean, from a like physical standpoint, they are more resilient than us.
What?
What? What did you say?
Like if you got scratched, chances are you could get an infection that could kill you. That could down the whole thing. A robot don't care.
That's fine.
Point
They ain't gonna
for the
scratch me, dude.
robot.
We're better. We're that much better.
They can
We're not gonna get scratched.
scratch their paint off a little bit, and they start rusting.
You could deal with the like
There you go.
a robot. Like,
That's an infection.
don't get me wrong, would really set us back. But you could deal with like an AI overrun really, really quickly.
EMPs.
If you nuked over the country, not nuked the country, just over, right, and EMP'd it essentially. Like
I covered that. Didn't you see that movie Transcendence? That some areas are blocked and they hide in the. I mean, that one goes really far where they have like nanoparticles, and so the AI survives in basically the water droplets from the rain. So some of the areas that are shielded, it lives in there.
You don't think humans can make something to stop the robots? We made the robots. We could figure it out.
It depends on how far along
Without
they are.
them knowing, though,
It doesn't matter, dude. We can figure it out. We're humans. We are the greatest.
As long as it's
Go
funny,
humans.
I don't care. If the robots that come for everybody are a bunch of like little stupid looking dolls, I'd be like, sure, that's funny.
I mean, we're pretty resilient, you know? I feel like we'd figure it out. I got faith in humanity.
Because people are like little rats and they just won't go down.
Have you seen these people who find the glitches and all these other things they do? They'll figure it out, for sure. The internet, undefeated. People on there, undefeated.
I'm always fascinated watching the engineering or the ingenuity of prisoners. And they have nothing to do except think about stuff. And they'll come up with the craziest shit in there. They make like shivs. They make ways to heat up their food. Crazy. Like they reverse engineer stuff, become electrical engineers just out of sheer boredom.
Yeah, I got us going down as the winner of that fight. I don't care anymore. I'm saying it.
I mean,
did put money on it, Nick?
Yeah. I mean, all our money is just fucking numbers in a system anyway. We don't actually have money anymore, so why not?
I got money.
I got like $5 downstairs. Dude. I got some money.
You know what I mean. If they want to just turn off our money, they just turn it off. So whatever.
Just delete.
Just numbers, dude.
So
I wish somebody would mess up and give me some more numbers, but that's a different story.
No, they fix those errors right away. They don't fix the problems when they take your money, but when they give you too much,
so true.
That's why the standard protocol is to empty your bank account and flee the country. They're like, wouldn't that be weird? You just like wake up one day, there's like $10 million. You go to the bank, they let you have it, and you're like, I guess I got to go to the airport. Like my entire life diverged right there.
You can't just go to the bank and get all your money out. That's the problem.
I mean, maybe not $10 million.
Yeah, and then they ask questions. Like, believe me, the banks ask questions of why you're doing these things.
I'm hoping that I can get all this money and get away with it. So
I'm just telling you, I live with a
you just have to know how to answer the questions the right way.
You just be like, "Hey, you have really pretty eyes."
You know, they tried that when like I swapped banks out of like a smaller bank to Chase a while back, and I had like $14,000 in my savings, right? Well, I wanted to close my account, and in that case, they have to provide me with the money. And they're like, we're going to cut you a cashier's check. And I'm like, no, I want the cash because the cashier's check is going to take time to clear, and this account's been open for over a year with this much money in it. You need to provide me with that money. And they did. They had to cash out $14,000.
And you caused a run on the banks. Thanks a lot, Dick.
But yeah, I mean, because I don't want my money on hold when I've had it. It's not like there was a check that needed to be cleared. That money was cleared for over a year.
But please don't. How much money does a bank realistically keep?
They were not happy about it. I can tell you that much.
It's not that much, actually. They have to get orders in for money. Like if you go in and you have enough money, they literally have to order it to give it to you, and it takes time for it to get to them. Then they can
I will accept gold bars if you don't have the cash.
You can't just walk in there and be like, "Give me all the money I have in here." They can't do it.
Yeah, you don't say it like that either. They don't like it to say it. I tried. It's
you know, they can like report you too to like certain people for.
They can do whatever they want
like that. Yeah.
I just don't know how to phrase things properly. I didn't mean anything by it.
It's crazy, bro. You don't actually have your fucking money, okay? You think you do. You don't.
I have metal that people say has value. Not enough to like do anything with, but I have some. I could make a phone call with a payphone. I'll cram it in there.
What? I kind of know why gold's the best, but why is gold the best? Because it's like it can be used for a lot of different things, right?
I mean, back in the old days, it was just
it's still the most valuable expensive metal, right?
Well, nowadays it's because it can be used in like circuitry and other compound, like more advanced things use gold because
you can eat it if you want to.
I did. I ate some gold in that $100 drink. I forgot to mention it had gold flakes on it. I kept thinking there was like trash floating in my drink. I was like, "Oh, what is that? Oh, it's gold."
Oh, is that actually gold though?
Yes,
it is
gold leaf.
Yes, gold flakes.
Gold leaf. Yep.
It's like thinner. It's like tissue. It's thinner than that. Like it's nothing. Like you could just ball it up. Like it's
you barely can get it off the paper most of the time to put it like in that drink.
I'd say foil, but I don't really know anything else that's that fragile that I could compare it to.
You don't think they're just telling lies to us?
It's just paint. We just painted it and scraped it off.
They're just like, we'll just fucking just tell them it's gold, dude. Just flake it off in there. That'd be pretty easy to do.
As long as it comes out on the other side, making things look better. That's all it's got to do, right? Nobody cares. Nobody's checking if that's actual gold. They're just like, my shit's gonna be shiny.
I want everyone to start checking everything that's supposed to be gold now.
I did forget to check, so bad on me.
Let's catch these people in their lies. Because I could find something that looks like gold and be like, "Oh, you gotta pay $100 for this drink. It's got gold flakes."
You never see was it on Pawn Stars when people bring in large amounts of silver or like a full ingot of silver, and in order for them to make an offer on it right there, they have to take it into the back and like drill it. They drill into it to make sure the inside's not full of lead or some shit. Like they actually have to
they have to fucking take value out of it because they have to drill a hole through
they ask he did that on like a behind the scenes video. He's like, you got to ask about that because that's how an actual pawn store would work, especially one like that deals with stuff that valuable. They're like, yeah, they have a jeweler on hand, like an expert that will actually have to take a core sample and make sure that you're not trying to screw us by coating something.
That's against the law, right? If you do that,
well, yeah, probably. But I mean, if they bought it,
or is it their fault for not checking it? Yeah,
I think it's probably because it's a pawn store. Like if they paid for it, they're screwed. Like they don't.
So they can't do anything to the person who sold it to them and scammed them.
No, which is probably why those movies or why those shows have their experts come in and verify because they do get screwed.
They could probably sue them civilly, but
if it was a large enough money, they might try to go that route. But I think for most of the items, that's why they do try to verify it beforehand.
Right, unless it's like a $500,000 plus deal, it's generally not worth it to go to court for a lot of those because you're going to get tied up in so many lawyer fees. It's going to cost you $200,000 in lawyer fees to do it, so you're better off just eating the.
Probably just like expecting people to steal from a store. Like it's just money you have to. It comes with the territory, you know. Like there's probably deals you're going to buy where you buy some crap and got it wrong.
Walmart, they're complaining about people taking too much stuff with all the self checkouts. Like, they don't do the self checkouts, or you know what's gonna happen.
Dude, we were in a Walmart for the first time the other day, and they still got the Tide Pods locked up. Were they actually eating those? I thought that was a joke.
No, they're stealing.
Doing it.
They're also stealing them now too. Though is the other problem. So
are they stealing them?
They're like, that's not even
steal
expensive.
Detergent. Oh yeah,
is that a drug thing? Is that for making?
Partly, yeah, I think
making
so. Yeah,
the Coke.
They steal a ton of detergent. Dude, like in the areas where crime is a bit higher, like a Walgreens or something, they'll lock up toothpaste. They lock up like deodorant. They lock up all that crap. They lock up everything.
Why do they even let you in the store then? Why didn't you just like pull up to a window and be like, "What do you want?"
I mean, you don't remember that at like that? Well, I guess you didn't go to that liquor store, but that liquor store we went to in Atlanta was like that. You would walk in and it was just a box, and you would tell them what you wanted, and then you would pay, and they would give you what you were buying. Like you couldn't,
I would like that
couldn't
more.
go into the store. You just walk into like a box, and then you can you can order whatever you want.
I'd rather it just be a store, and I just walk up to a window and tell them what I want, and they give it to me. I don't have to go look for it. I would like that.
Nowadays, I mean, I enjoy the little ordering thing. I think that's actually picking up steam. Like, they have less people in the store. They're still selling stuff. Someone just goes through, grabs all their crap, and takes it out to you. I like that method. Because we were in the store, and being in an actual... Yeah, I don't know what they did to the meat.
Like meat, how long you kind of want to pick your own meat. It kind of matters.
That depends on how much you tip them. Like, if you tip them well, they get you the good stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're like, I got you a bargain. I found this stuff in the dumpster out back. I mean, I don't like being in the store because, like I said, that was the first time we've been in a Walmart in a long time, and it just makes me agitated to be in a store. Like, there's people everywhere. It always seems like, without fail, somebody's gonna come walking up on you.
No, the worst is the people who sit in the middle of the aisles and then walk off to go get shit. It's like nobody else is there shopping. No, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
I am the rudest person in those places. Like in the store, somebody stops in the middle of an aisle in front of you, like that's, and they're just looking at their phone. I will. No,
and then they just leave their buggy.
No. These people here, they just stop in the middle of the aisle and they'll just be like looking at their phone. I will yell, "Excuse me," as loud as I fucking can at you. I do not give a fuck. Like,
it's so annoying.
Oh, I hate when people are just in their own little world at the grocery store. They're just like, I'm gonna walk and block this. So there's like 17 people because they brought their fucking farm animal of family there. Like, get out of the fucking way. Like,
like have some courtesy, you fucks.
Everybody in the store needs to be quiet. They need to take up the least amount of space they can.
You can make as much noise as you want. I don't give a fuck about it.
No, it irritates me.
Just don't get in my way. Just like stay out of the way.
Have roads just like the street, okay?
Just drive the problem is they don't know how to drive in the first place, so they have no idea what they would do in a grocery store.
They tried.
Then you got the people coming down like the wrong side of the aisle. You're like, oh god.
No, they were doing. You remember? We had that at the Safeway here during COVID. They put like lines at the beginning and end of all the aisles, so you could only go down one way and up one way. And people didn't. I mean, they didn't give a shit.
I didn't either. I hated that crap too.
I just like get to the back end and be like, well, we can't. The thing I need's on the other side, but this is a one-way aisle.
Like, listen, bro,
you gotta go around.
Like if the aisle's right, like 5 feet away from me, the thing is I need right there. I'm not going around the whole aisle.
Oh, you're one of those guys. You're why we can't do this.
Yeah, dude. I wish there was something to just snap your arm as soon as you cross that line.
Bro, but now they put these stupid gates in too when you walk in that like make it so you can only enter in one way and exit one way. Like when you first go into the store.
I figured those were gates, like counting people.
They don't open fast enough. Like you go to push the cart, dude, and then you like run the cart into the thing before it opens. Like dude.
So what you do is you just walk quickly into one and then just fall over and eat shit, bust your face.
If you hit it, it like freaks out too. It'll start making all kinds of noise and shit if you touch it. Like, yeah.
I ain't been in one of those stores in a while, but I can't say the experience has gotten any better.
The bag thing is really funny to me. So like,
dude, that pissed me off every time, because they did that originally. They added a tax to the bags because it was like an environmental thing, right? We're gonna get rid of plastic bags, so we charge you like 10 cents per bag. And then they stopped selling plastic bags altogether and they moved it to paper bags. I'm like, then why the hell are you still charging me? That was like an incentive.
They still charge you for paper bags too, and the paper
because
bags.
The company's like, hey, this is great. Let's keep doing it, even though we don't even sell plastic
because they can.
No, like so my manager was in town a couple weeks back, and he's from Arizona, right? And they don't have to pay for bags there. He gets fucking mad when he's got to get bags. Like if he has to buy a bag, it like pisses him the fuck off. Like.
I mean, that's how it is down here. Every time I come up there.
Yeah.
I just have bags down here, dude.
I just pile it all up in my shirt. I just pile it up. Get out of my damn way. I ain't buying your bag. It's a scam. Nobody burned your damn store down when you started charging for the paper bags, defeating the whole purpose. And now just charging for nothing.
Pisses me off the most has changed. They're not 24/7 anymore.
That's disgusting. That happened.
I don't go to Walmart anymore.
That happened to McDonald's too. We tried to go in and they were like, "Yeah, we're closed." I'm like, "What do you mean? It's like 11 o'clock at night." Or no, it was like around midnight, and they're like, "Yeah, we're closed." Like you're a McDonald's. You can't close. Like, what are you talking about?
The only people that didn't. Whole Waffle House. They still do their
tried and true, baby.
Yeah.
Like I literally just had this as like a paper topic. Of how like stores, like because of COVID, they closed down. Then like they looked at their numbers and it was like, oh, we're not really losing much money for not being open during that time.
We'll actually
save more. They lost my money. Okay,
that some of those workers
because they don't have to. Yeah, they don't have to pay the employees for the times anymore.
Some of those workers love the night shift because they don't have to do shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was reminded of walking around a Walmart at 3 a.m. when we went into Walmart and they were stocking in the middle. So in addition to all the customers that were in there clogging everything up, there's also all the employees clogging everything up with like giant carts, putting stuff back, restock each other. Like it was nicer when these were done at different times.
Yeah, like nighttime, bro. We used to go to Walmart at like 2-3 in the morning. No one in there.
Mm-hmm.
Great. It was
honest
great.
to God, the like putting shit in the middle of the aisles drives me fucking insane. Like when you go down a refrigerated aisle and there's a bunch of shit in the middle of it, like when you're trying to go, because now, right, somebody opens that door. Okay, that half's shut off now. So now the other half's over there, and of course some fucking lady with 7 kids is over there. So you like the whole aisle's blocked because they put something in the middle. Whereas if they
just circles back to your not liking people stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just makes it easier for the bastards to stop me from
getting. Do they have a drive-through grocery store down there or up there, whatever?
I mean, you can order your stuff and then just pick it up. They'll bring it out to your car, but
no, there's I don't know if there's a place here in Dothan that was like that where you like it's literally like a drive-through. Like you just drive your car through it, and as like you get up to the sections that you want, you like I guess tell someone that you want those things. I don't know. I never went, but people told me about it.
I did hear about something like that, which I think it was also Tesla or something that one of those companies was doing, where you didn't have to pay for anything, or like you didn't have to do anything. They would just charge you. You just grab all the crap and leave. But funny story, they said that it was actually just being monitored by like people they offsourced in like India. So it was just like people watching what you were grabbing and charging you for it.
Yeah,
imitating
you would
robots.
tap your phone or whatever when you first scan like a QR code, and then they would track you through the whole thing. And then when you picked up the item, you basically purchased it. Is how it would work.
They were also doing the carts for a while, where you could just put stuff in the cart and it had scanners in there.
No, King Supers did that for a while. Like Kroger, they would give you a scanner when you first went in. Like you would just grab a scanner and go with you to the cart, and you would just scan it. Like when you put in your thing, you scan it, put it in the cart. So like self-checkout, but like while you were shopping, and then you just
what could possibly
you do
go
that
wrong?
At Sam's with the
that'd be really nice. Actually.
Yeah, but then they would like the problem with that is it would turn into like Sam's Club or Costco where they would like check your receipt completely before you would leave every single time. So they're like nah, you gave me the scanner.
They don't actually trust you.
Yeah, if you're gonna give me the scanner, you got to trust me that I scanned everything.
Yeah, I hated that too. That was another thing from Walmart, where now all the things ask you if you want an email receipt, a printed receipt, or whatever. I was like, that you got people standing by the door that check receipts. Give me a damn printed receipt. Why even ask me? Like,
I'm just
what if I
say
say
nope? Email it.
Sorry,
I emailed it to myself. My phone's in the car.
It's so easy to just walk out.
You don't have to submit to them checking your receipt. That's not a.
No, we saw a dude. We went to the Salvation Army, or it was a Goodwill, and he just walked out with like a whole backpack full of crap. And the lady was like, "Hey, you get paid for any of that?" And he just kept walking. He's like, "Meh." Like, well, nope. That's about the extent of what we can do.
We walked out with like a full case of water at the bottom of our buggy. We didn't check out with, but we went back in once we noticed it. But they didn't care. Like no one even knew.
They had like a sniper lining you up.
Well, no, they
like,
have
wait.
If you go to the self-checkout, it doesn't know, but like the ones, the normal aisles, like at Kroger, they have a scanner that's on the bottom, so it does that. So if there's something on the bottom of your card, it'll catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's kind of nice for that spot. But
yeah,
it's handy.
Because then it was weird because like it would just scan it automatically.
I walked in, they were like, "We forgot to pay for this." It got weird.
Yeah, because then they're like trying to call you a thief, but you're trying not to be a thief.
You're going to jail. I already called the cops.
Yeah. I was like, bro, just here's some money. Which they probably just took the money in the pocket.
Like I could have just left. So, there's that.
Yeah.
Well, all right. This has been a very productive episode learning about grocery stores and stuff. Catch us next week on your least favorite podcast. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to y'all later.
Robots ain't shit.